Wow, 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 wow. Wow, I got the man of the myth. This is the man with the AI. They call him Samuel F. Robinson, and you'll understand that in a minute. But Sam, it is my plum pleasing pleasure and a treat and a treasure to have you online with me on this day to ask you the question of the day.
Where did the chickens come from if there were no eggs?
No, sir, that ain't it. That's not.
Yeah.
That's not that one right there. So I know one thing that most people do have a problem with, and then the day I woke up and I saw something on TV, but the one thing that people do have a problem with is selling. Selling. And I just want to, you notice on my site, I got a new site on my new YouTube page, and it's talking about teaching, learn how to think. Just learn how to think, because when you learn how to think, you can grow. And then when you think and grow, you can think and grow rich, or you can think and grow poor. So, in my statement to you today, sir, if you would just simply give me your thought process, and why are people afraid to sell? And what I mean by that, like, let's say I want to send an email because you need another person. So obviously you now have a product yourself. What is it that right now you struggle with, that is hard for you to pick up the phone, call 10 people and offer them whatever it is that you're selling?
From a personal standpoint or general speaking?
Personal.
Clarity in the offer. Every lie that you've ever told, you were present. At some point, you stop believing yourself. When you're speaking to somebody, you're going to speak to them from three positions. You're going to speak from a position of lack. I need, I want. Me, myself, and I matters, and I'm telling that to you. Then when the response come back, I don't care about you, yourself, or what you have to offer, because I have a sign on my head that says make me feel special, and by you telling me about you doesn't make me feel special. So you are met with rejection. We don't like to be rejected.
But now let me ask you this. Are you being rejected literally?
The message is the rejection. They're not rejecting the person. They're rejecting the message because the message is not solving a problem they have. The message is solving your problem that you have. For me personally, I find that lack of clarity makes it difficult to articulate the solution to the person I'm speaking. I have a million and one solutions for you, but you're only looking to solve one problem and you're only looking to solve it with one solution. So I may start out and I'm excited and I'm passionate and I'm telling you that AI is going to solve all your problems. But at the same time, I'm saying, did you know that you can also become a member of Get AI Keys and you can get tips and tools and ideas to make you money? Oh, by the way, I have a business advisory program. Oh, I also have this Nutri cycle, Nutri. neutral product that you can buy to help with your health. They all work, but I just alienated you because I don't even know what your problem is that I'm solving. I'm just telling you about me, what I have to offer, what features it has, but no benefits for you. We supposed to be selling outcomes.
So that's a good. Now stop. So let's do this. So right now, for instance, you know you got things that can solve a problem. You know AI can solve many problems. You also know whatever product you have that you just shared with me, health reasons, and I know one of them is that CMOS.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's off
right.
the chain.
And we know. Think about this. Most of our most of the people that we are associated with are of color. And we know one of the it's a genetic problem, and there's many people who are literally they die from it. They're put into situations like maybe a stroke where their arm is no longer used, and you see a person that's like that, and now they can't, they don't walk. Maybe they limp different now. You see it, but then instead of that being in your head, you see rejection of you. That's selfish. Think of it like that. So, if I said, do you know 10 people right now that could use or possibly use your product or service, whatever one you want, the product or the service of AI keys? Do you know those 10 people? I want you to pick up the phone and call them today, right now, because you just said it. This is what we're going to do. You just said you got the product. I have a product. You got a service, and I have a service. So this is what we would do. Call 10 people today because you said we just was on the call. It's 12:08 right now, right?
Yes.
Call them up. And I know you used to work for corporate too. I think you did work for corporate at one time. So Sam is a little bit intelligent and stuff like that, but it is something right now. Your rent is due, the electric is due. All these people are saying they want this. I mean, you even got needs bills that's due, like my need of wanting to go shopping or just, drive my boat or whatever the case may be. Go on a motorcycle ride, go ride your bike and enjoy your life. You got that. I know that's a need. So all we got to do is we got to do something to we got to make sure other things are in place. What's the problem?
Infrastructure.
Okay, so we say infrastructure and break that one down because that's infrastructure. That's 4 syllables. I'm done. Inf- okay, help me out with that one.
So if I was supposed to take the word itself and then break the word down,
Okay.
so in
Mm-hmm.
is the belief in self, the belief in the idea, the vision, and the belief that the outcome can be achieved. And when it comes to structure, and I'll get to the fra in a little bit because that's more dealing with action. In fact, I'll deal with it now. So infrastructure, the word infrastructure in terms of belief and FAR. FAR is finding the resources and taking action. You have the resources within you. You have the resources connected to you. You've got to take action. Structure. You don't build houses on sand. Biblically, it says that it's not a wise thing to do. In business, you build strong businesses on systems. You build systems on procedures. You build procedures in processes. In order to have the foundation to build on, you've got to have standard operating procedures in place. Case in point, the phone call. You can pick up and call 10 people. Unless you have a way to identify that those 10 people are going to be the 10 people you need to be speaking with, you have no infrastructure. You're just throwing mud against the wall, hoping that it sticks. With clarity of vision, you can identify what we call your avatar, the customer persona. Now, when you pick up the phone and call, the call is based on weeding out the person that you don't need to speak with. I want everybody in my business, but I don't need any one person in my business. When doing business, it's important for us to have no one person contributing to more than 15% of our income. And I'll tell you this story. So I had a plethora of customers, 90% Jews. And I went and chose one customer and became so engulfed in that relationship, I got rid of all customers. In fact, I transitioned from a vendor to an employee. And then when that relationship ended, because they made up more than 15% of my income, I had challenges. Now, that statement is going to be true for anybody with a job. Maybe not Jamaicans because they like to have multiple jobs. For everybody else, that can be challenging. So when you're picking up the phone and you're calling, you want to make sure that one, you already know the avatar that you're looking for. You already know the problem you want to solve, and you already have the solution to the problem. And when you're focused and you're applying discipline and you have the process in order, all you're doing is perfecting the process. You see, most people think that if I get a script and I run the script and I just keep running the script, everything is going to work out. I just need to run the numbers. Here's a problem with that. Practice doesn't make perfect, it makes permanent. So if you learned it wrong and you practice it wrong,
mm.
you will always be broke.
Stop. Just stop. So we got to go right back to where we started, infrastructure.
Infrastructure, we need to make certain that we have the infrastructure in our mind, we
Okay.
have the processes written out, and we have the found and that gives us the foundation that we can build on. Now when you make the call, you're more confident because one of those, and I call them pillars, one of those pillars in that foundation is truth. Remember, I said every lie you ever told, you were present. Here's a problem with that. You know that you lied. So you don't believe you, and they, who you're speaking with, they can see that you don't believe you. So why should they?
Hold on. You onto something right now. Because see, this is the truth, though. That was a true statement right there. I don't even know if you realize the power. They already know you don't believe in what you are. This is one of the reasons why most people don't like to sell. I think I would say. What
I
do
say
you?
that's the number one reason people don't like to sell, because they want to give what they don't believe, and they want somebody to pay them for what they wouldn't even pay for themselves.
OMG. Oh my gosh. Wow. Now you said one other thing. You said something about belief. Belief. You just said it again. You want me to, you're selling something you don't even believe in, right? Because you're not even like, first of so like look at this AI technology. For you, that's what one of the services, right?
Mhm.
AI technology. So obviously, it's something about this technology that you have a level of belief in because you have levels of experience with it. It
Mhm.
ain't like you just trying to sell it because you needed a job and the company hired you. Just like I can remember when I sold Craftmatic adjustable beds, $8,000. I'm like maybe 22, 23. First and foremost, it's an $8,000 bed. $8,000 bed. People are like, are you crazy? And you know what they mostly ask? Just like if you said, well, do you have, that's what the customers would always say. Do you got one? And then we'll, this, okay, go. I know.
So I get that question a lot. In fact, a customer just asked me something related to that.
Mm,
And I spoke to some of my mentors, and two of them gave me the same impression. Well, three of them actually gave me the same answers in concept. Do you believe that someone who sells Boeing aircraft have a Boeing parked in their backyard? So yes, I understand. Oh, you've got to have what you're selling. No, it never said you have to have it. When and we heard Jackie speak earlier, and she said in the beginning, and she ended with he spoke.
wow.
The word she's looking for is called ex nihilo. Out of nothing came something.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Break that one down. X, what?
Ex nihilo.
EX?
Yeah, and not the Matrix.
X Neil, and then the
Ex
Neil is,
nihilo means out of nothing comes something.
and what does the Neil mean? What's how you spell the Neil? X Neil.
It's spelled just like the Matrix.
But you're not talking about, right?
and
But
and E-O. But we're not talking we're not talking we're not talking neo. Ex neo
and you
is
said it is, what did you say the definition of it is?
out of nothing comes something. God spoke, he never used his hands, and the world was created. Now, most people and Christians probably, they can't comprehend the fact that we are images of God. We are lowercase God. We are gods. We have the ability to create. Here's the difference: capital God can perform ex nihilo, little God can use the source, which is God, to create. So we are pulling from our source, our creator, to output creation. We create from out of our creativity. Now, we have the ability to use our hands, but before we start using our hands, it has to be in our mind. You can't, we were talking earlier about someone and they were describing their home. They did it in such
Mm, mm.
clarity. Each person had a vision of what that house looked like. I guarantee you, each person had a slightly different vision of what that house looked like, but they were very close.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Now we move into construction. And in construction now, this is where you're doing the manual labor to pull what's in your mind and to put it in words so that it could be translated into the natural. Going back to the beginning, in sales, you pick up the phone, you must already have that process in your mind laid out with such clarity
Mm, 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 mm.
that when you articulate it, the person has a very good image of how I am solving their challenges. Guess what? They're not asking if I have it, they're asking if I can do it. That's the difference. So, someone who sells Boeing aircraft or any aircraft, they need to know how it functions and can it solve the problem for the person they're speaking with confidence. Now, obviously, if they have one, that doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So, in my mind, the fallacy to say that, oh, I can't sell what I don't have. No, I can't sell what I don't believe in.
Wow.
I sincerely must believe that what I'm offering you is going to solve your challenges. That must be a sincere belief. And because we know that we were present for every lie that was told, and this is new territory for that person, we're not that confident that it's going to solve it. And then that person sees that we're not that confident. So that makes them put up their guard, rejection. The day we sincerely believe that the solution we're offering can be applied to the person to whom we're offering it, persuasion becomes now a situation that is best for the person that you're offering. Before that, it's persuading that person that they should buy your trinket, your service, your product to solve your personal issue. But they're not looking to solve your personal issue. They don't care about you in that way. They care about themselves first. When you solve enough problems for other people, you'll find that everything that you ever wanted appears in your reality.
Wow, 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 wow. You know what? Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. He ain't that. Go ahead.
When it comes to money, when God gave man work, he never gave him a salary. What he gave him was the ability to produce value. When we chase value, money appears. When we chase money because it's currency, it will always flow from you. This is the challenge that most people have. They need money to answer their problems,
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
but they don't have the value to offer to others so that others would give them the money to solve their problems. I tell people this all the time. Every dollar that you want and need is in the hands of someone else. Give them something that they value more, and they will gladly part with the money that you need most.
Sam, you know what? I think that's how this relationship started in the first place. Because guess what? That's exactly what you did. That's exactly what you did. My that listen, guys, I'm done. I that was it. I know your time is valuable, boy, but I got some editing to do because this one is going to help people think different.
And we all have the same challenges. We all have those
Yes.
moments where fear steps in and we start to see from a position of lack rather than from a position of value offered. And it messes up our mind, it erodes our confidence. If we start, just start, when you look in the mirror, sell yourself on the truth. Convince yourself that the value of truth is higher than the money you need. When you convince yourself and sincerely believe it, you sold yourself really well. When you pick up that phone to call that person because you've mapped it out, it's a lot easier to talk to the world because now you realize I want to talk to everybody, but I don't need any one body in my business. So when they say no, it's fine because I'm going to talk to everybody anyway. I'm just glad you're helping me by not allowing me to waste my time with you. So tell me no, tell me fast so I can go on to the next one that will last.
Boy. Man, that and you know what? And Sam, it's really like when you say this, the way you just said that, it's like that's when you go from salesman to servant.
Yes.
Salesman to servant. You now serve the masses. See, Jesus didn't talk to the world. He didn't get the opportunity to talk to you, did he? But he wrote it down and made it very clear. And that's where the Bible comes in at, sir. But
There's so much to unpack in that one little statement because here's a man that came to save the world, rejected by his own family because he was an illegitimate child to their thoughts in their sphere of understanding. So he went and he found other illegitimate children and put them together and called them disciples.
brother, you don't even know how much you really blessed me today. I thank you so much for your time. And brother, we got some work to do. That's all I'm gonna just tell you. You with it?
I'm game.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you guys that's listening. Go ahead and hit that they say mash that notification button. Hit that subscribe. And we look
There,
forward
there's
to
this
working with you.
there's this I forget there's the thumbs